I'm working on the NSU tonight. I know what you're thinking. I work on the NSU every night, and I really do. But tonight, I want to work on getting the engine pre-lubed. Currently, the engine is full of assembly lube. What I want to do is I want to flush all that with engine oil, and I want to make sure that the top end is getting oil. This engine had previously suffered a top end failure, and I want to make sure that the new top end is well lubricated. I got one of these pressure bleeders. This is for bleeding brakes, like if you're doing it by yourself. But I'm thinking I could fill this with oil, connect it up to where the oil tank goes, and pressurize the oil system, and maybe flush oil throughout the entire thing and push out any assembly lube, any old oil, anything like that. But more importantly, I can check the top end and I can make sure it's oiling. So in today's video, we're going to give that a try. We're going to see if you can use one of these pressure bleeders to pre-lube an engine, and if it works, how well it works. So here's a look at the setup. I've got the factory oil lines. Those run into the crankcase. I've got those barbed fittings I showed you. The hoses from the pressure bleeder are connected to those. So I've got one hose going into the inlet, and then the outlet hose goes into this peanut butter jar. I'm going to use that as a catch can. It's zip tied simply to the center stand there so it doesn't fall over. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pump this up to about 15 psi, and I'm going to watch and see if I get any oil flowing out of this line into the catch can. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if the oil pump will allow oil flow without it spinning. So we're going to try it. If I don't get oil in there at 15 psi, then I'm going to take the spark plug out and we're going to kick it over, and we'll see if 15 psi and the engine rotating is enough to get oil to flow through. This engine is full of assembly lube, so I expect what comes out into this catch can will probably look a little off, but know that that's what's going on there. So I'm going to switch the camera down so you guys can kind of see this a little bit better, and we're going to pump it up and we're going to see what happens. So I've got a quart of my favorite detergent, non-detergent, diesel, non-diesel, synthetic, non-synthetic, heavyweight, lightweight engine oil in here, and I'm going to pressure this up to about 15 psi, and let's watch this catch can and see if anything comes out. If that doesn't work, I'll leave it at 15 psi, and we'll spin the engine over with the Kickstarter. Hopefully you guys can see that gauge there. So 15 psi is kind of about right here. So let's see what happens here. So I am getting oil flow up through. Hopefully you can see that. I'm not building any pressure yet, and I'm not seeing any oil come out of the return line. All right, that's about 10 psi, and I'm not seeing anything in the line. So I'm going to spin it over now. I got to take the spark plug out, but I'm going to spin it over now, and we'll see if having the oil pump rotate allows oil to flow into the catch can. I might need to go a little higher. Oh. All right, nothing yet. I cranked at it for about 5 minutes maybe, and I can see a little bit of oil slowly starting to work its way down. So let's keep an eye on this. I'm going to keep spinning it around, and let's just see if we get oil down through into the catch can. Hey, we got some in the catch can. There's a look at what. I'll grab a light. I'll shine it on that for you guys. All right, I'm gonna pump it back up and we'll keep spinning it. It is holding pressure. That's got to be a good sign. What's coming out looks like clean engine oil with a red tinge from assembly lube. Oh yeah, that is pumping really well. Hopefully you can see that. Here, I'm going to move the camera again, see if you guys can get a better look at that. I pulled the valve cover off. You're looking at the top end. You're looking at it from the clutch side. I've got a little bit of oil up in here, but I want to roll it over and I want to see it actually oiling. So I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to pressurize the pot and crank it over by hand, and we'll just keep an eye on it. I do see oil here coming out of the end of the cam drive. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh yeah, I'm getting oil now. It shot out and hit the fender. I don't know if you saw that one. But we're getting plenty of oil up here. So as I crank it over, watch this bearing. Oil comes up from below, and this is the first place it comes. So it comes up through a galley, up through here, and into that cam body. All right, is it doing it? All right, you can see it there. All right, let's bring it back to the other side where there's a little more light. Yeah, that's getting good oil. You can see it dripping off there too. I'm going to disconnect this and I want to show you guys what's in the catch can. Here's a look at the oil that came out of that. It's mostly just a mix of brand new engine oil and that red Permatex assembly lube that I used. There's nothing in the bottom. No surprises, no little chunks of anything. So I'd say that is a win. It was good to get everything flushed out, and now the engine is oiled and it's ready for me to get it ready and get it started. That's it for today's video. Really short. I just wanted to show you this. I wanted to see if it would work. I'm really happy to report that it did. So thanks for watching. I'll see you later.